even made them up? Who even brought them up? Who asked for these standards? There's nothing wrong with the features that you have. Unlocking your unfair beauty advantage, of course, is going to make people mad because then society has less control over you. A lot of people are going to be upset when you unlock your unfair, authentic beauty advantage. And what does that mean? That looks like not following trends, not be overly concerned with what the next woman looks like, or not always having to qualify your own style against another person's before you decide how you're going to step out and express yourself. It's come to my attention that a lot of y'all are living life on hard mode, okay? And what I mean by that is, for example, if you are a dark-skinned black women and you're constantly comparing yourself to blonde-haired white women and lamenting that this is the beauty standard, how does that benefit you? One thing I want women to start practicing is making the choice that is advantageous and also thinking the thought that puts you at an advantage. Why would you put yourself at a disadvantage in your own story? Now, that's not me discluding people's perspectives or their experiences, but my outlook on life is that I don't live in a reality where I put other people as a beauty standard that is above me than above what I can achieve and what I have to offer. The beauty that I have, the beauty that I represent, the traits that have been passed down from my family and, you know, my ethnic background and my group and how they're represented, those get to be enough, and I get to enhance them to the best of my ability. And that's how you go off script and you start to walk in the essence of authenticity, because that is the greatest essence that you can walk in. There's no higher vibe than the vibe of authenticity. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can unlock your unfair beauty advantage. This ties into beauty maxing, how you can lean into your beauty, what that looks like so that you can finally feel comfortable in your own skin, expressing beauty on your terms outside of societal standards, norms, and constantly ruminating on the next person. So if you are interested in a topic like this, then you are in the right place. To all of my subbies, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiya, and over here we smell good and elevate. We talk about fragrance, fashion, lifestyle, and all things involving stepping into womanhood. In addition to our fragrance videos, we have a signature woman series running on this channel, and this video will be a continuation. And what a signature woman is a woman that shows up embodied, put together in her aesthetic, in her style, in her essence, but ultimately it is a reflection of her values and how she feels about herself, and that translates into how she is felt by others. Yes, a signature woman is someone that is felt. So if you are interested in more empowering womanhood conversations like this, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another video. We are a channel full of fragrance lovers, so I always give my fragrance combination of the day from Brown Sugar Babe. This is a body oil that is a rendition of Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper from Kayali, and it is called Unicorn Essence. Very fitting for this video to drive home the point that we are all unique and we should lean into that. And I paired it with Genoux Noir. This is a rendition of Dama Bianca from the house of Xerjoff. It is a beautiful kumquat, powdery, floral, sweet that partners so well with all the sweet notes that are in Unicorn Essence, but this has some patchouli, some rose, a grounded sensuality. Together they bring a good balance. Y'all know I've been obsessed over this summer. I've been getting so many compliments, y'all. I don't know if I've almost used up a bottle of perfume so fast, but there you have it. Our candle of the day, burning beautifully in the background, is our Me Time candle from October Song. This is a beautiful blend of vanilla, amber, and musk, and it is the perfect way to wind down the day, get in touch with yourself, you know, host family over for those cozy, vanillic, warm feels, but it has a unique and lifted, airy quality about it that is just so beautiful. So again, the Me Time candle, very fitting because we're over here to focus on ourselves. So definitely go ahead and check out the octobersong.com, shop the High Note collection for your scent pleasures. So we talk a lot about being a signature woman on this channel, and a signature woman is a woman woman that defines herself on her own terms. One thing a signature woman is not is a person that goes with the flow of society. She marches to the beat of her own drum within reason. It's not to just be defiant and out there like everyone's doing this, so I'm going to be over here. No, her actions are based on her definition of her values. Therefore, she's able to show up with her values intact. And those are the values that are going to govern her actions, govern her decisions, and govern how she shows up in life, the way she's felt, how she dresses, the career path she chooses, the relationships that she chooses to have in her life. All of these things are a result of thoughtful, indication to herself of who she is. But one thing a signature woman is not is remedial. Society is very remedial, y'all, and I don't think people really understand this enough. So beauty standards and all of these like standardized ways of homogenizing people in society, that's just so it can be easy to put people in categories, because we are by nature so complex as human beings. We need standardized tests, grading systems, school systems to say who's an A student, who's a B student, who's a D student. A lot of those things can bring out certain qualities and traits, but it's usually on the basis of what's advantageous for society, what society can manipulate. It really at its core doesn't have anything to do with people's unique qualifiers of what they bring in life. So therefore, by even participating in that, in these trends, all of these standard baseline things of what it means to be beautiful, you're really signing yourself up for a remedial process that is made to figure you out and put you in a box, because you are naturally such a complex individual. So the reason I say this is because pretty is a decision. Beauty is a decision. Just decide to be beautiful. Decide that you're beautiful. Look in the mirror and accept yourself for who you are. I know it takes work. It's easier said than done sometimes. But if y'all haven't realized yet, everybody is borrowing traits, looks, and features that are beautiful from each other and putting it all together to make like this perfect superhuman. The trend of looking the same as everybody else is so crazy to me, because not only are you undermining yourself and your unique beauty, you're undermining the next person who is the actual representation of the archetype through a competitionless competition. It's like, oh, she's not the only one who can wear that outfit. I can wear that outfit better than her. Oh, this is what we're doing, where I'm going to wear this outfit too. You're undermining yourself. You're undermining the next person. That is very remedial. How do you unlock your unique beauty advantage? How do you start to lean into your beauty? I always say start with the archetypes. In my beauty maxing video that's going viral right now, I called myself the classic beauty archetype and gave examples of what that means to me. Now, you can have a classic beauty archetype, but you can choose to express yourself a little bit more eccentrically or classically or glamorously. The best thing that I feel like you can do that is not copying, it's just the smart, it's just to look in the mirror. I have this cute little Prada mirror that I got from a rep at Sephora. He gifted it to me. Look in the mirror and see what you got. See what your features are. And then find somebody with a similar feature who is famous, who is an influencer, who is in the spotlight. Also, it's 2026, so I feel like if you're trapping yourself in the mind that there's one set beauty standard, you're really only just hyper focused on one thing, because everything is so inclusive now. Everybody gets a platform. Everybody gets to be beautiful. So the more you lean into that, the more you stand up and say, my nose is pretty, my lips are pretty, the way I wear my eyebrows are pretty, my big forehead is pretty. Whatever it is, you start to communicate the vibe and the essence of authenticity, play those things up, and surely the confidence will follow. So ways I lean into my unique beauty advantage is like my eyes, for example. I always get complimented on my eyes. People tell me I have beautiful eyes. So I do things that draw attention to the eyes. I wear a light makeup, just a little brown shadow, a eyeliner. They say eyeliner is out of style. Why should I care? It looks cute and it matches the shape of my eyes. And I don't wear lashes because I'm not trying to cover my eyes up. I just enhance with a little mascara. But I also have small, like hooded eyes. So doing eyeshadow looks for me is pointless. You'll never see me doing that, because as soon as I open my eyes, you're not going going to be able to see the work that I've done. However, if you have big eyes, if you have a lot of eyelid space and you get complimented on your eyes, or this is a prominent feature or a focal point of your face, maybe you should be doing those dramatic eyeshadow looks, and not even dramatic, just adding a little color to your lid, adding a little shimmer, doing something that accentuates the fact that, hey, I have big, beautiful eyes. I have eyelid space so that I can do beautiful eyeshadow looks. Everybody ain't got that, and that's not my issue. I'm gonna lean into it and I'm gonna show the people what I got. That's what I mean by unlocking your unfair beauty advantage. There is something that you have that other people don't have, and it's not in a competitive way. It's in a way of accepting yourself and saying, hey, I got what I got and I'm going to work with it, and I'm not going to hold myself in the mindset that I'm constantly missing the mark or falling short of a standard, when I can just do my best to create myself, to make myself, to beautify myself in the way that suits me, that makes me feel good about myself. And then that is how that vibe of authenticity will start to attract itself to you, and then you will have more of an authentic vibe, having more authentic experiences and just feeling more comfortable with yourself. And let me take a step back. I'm one of those people that's always going to say health is wealth, and it starts from the inside out. Like, are you taking care of yourself? Seriously, are you getting enough sleep? I have a whole video on why women need more sleep and why it's okay for you to sleep and release the baggage that you have around not getting enough rest. Are you nourishing yourself? Are you exercising? Okay, so a lot of people will look at other women and think, what does she has that I don't have? And what she has is enough sense to take care of herself and to focus on herself and to make sure she's first healthy. It's like you got a shot nervous system, your hormones are out of whack, yet you online trying to focus on what's the next trend and style of an algorithm, when you don't even know your own personal algorithm, how you respond to things, how things come up for you. What are the trending states of being that you have within your own body, yet you trying to look out into the world and clock what everybody else got going on. And a lot of times it's that they're actually pouring into themselves and they're doing the work, and that's you trying to think that you're bigger than the program. You thought you was bigger than the program, Tootsie? Ain't nobody bigger than the program, Tootsie. So let's get that out the way first. Like, y'all got to get y'all mind right. Y'all got to get healthy, orient yourself. Okay, like, this is real life. When you copy the next person, not only do you undermine your own beauty, that's a form of you trying to undermine them. A lot of people are following trends and they haven't figured out what their unique beauty advantages are, because one, they're trying to compete to undermine the next woman, or you admire her so much to the point of obsession because you haven't spent enough time focusing on yourself. Case in point, like the baddie aesthetic that has, taken over for the past 10-15 years. I never really fell for that. Now me, I'm tall, I'm 5'9", and when I was 23, I used to always be wearing stuff short. 23, 22, 21, 20. At about 24, I switched my style up and everything, and I talk about that on my channel. But I'm tall, I have long legs, so everything was legs. Okay, nothing wrong with that. That was me leaning into a feature that I have prominently on my body, but then my style switched up, and now you'll see me wearing more long draped dresses, more things that are like, flowing away from the body. You'll never see me really wearing anything too tight because of my height and my athletic body stature. I lean into that model-esque, that more regal vibe of like letting fabrics cascade off of me, and when I walk, it's like a certain way that it looks. A lot of y'all lean into trends that don't even benefit you, that don't benefit your body type, because again, y'all are so afraid to be put into a box and being like, if this person can do it, I can do it too. And that's very juvenile, very teenage thinking, instead of looking at yourself. A signature woman keeps her eyes on her own paper and being honest and saying, what actually looks nice on me? And then what do I actually feel comfortable wearing? What do I feel my best wearing? And then yes, we live in the world with other people. It's okay to get compliments and see what is responded to the best, and then lean into that more, because that can be an indication of helping you come into your own style, come into your own vibe, come into your own beauty as well. Dress how you want to be addressed, but then also dress for your body type, what actually flatters you. Do hairstyles that frame your face, colors that actually complement your skin tone, instead of seeing like, oh, this is a new hairstyle, I want to go get it. Again, there's nothing wrong with experimenting with your look and incorporating trends tastefully, but you should always have a baseline of where you are and where you're starting. Look at your face, see what your features are. Do you have a rounder face? There's certain things that I do with my makeup because, like I said, I have smaller eyes, I have a rounder face. And when I say I'm the classic beauty, understand too, y'all, there's nothing wrong with looking regular or looking normal. And that's not me downplaying myself, that's just me saying like a lot of people in the world look like me. Like I'm like a representation of being in the middle. I am a brown skinned woman. Contrary to popular belief, most people on the earth are some form of melanated human beings. So there are a lot of people who have similar vibes and features to mine, and what's wrong with that? I was literally just doing an event where I was selling my candles, and I was speaking to two ladies. One lady had bought some candles from me, and she was complimenting my outfit, and she was like, you know, you honestly kind of look like my cousin. So then she pulls her phone out and shows me a picture of her cousin on Instagram, and I in fact looked like her cousin. Her cousin was a brown skinned lady with a round face and like some slanted eyes, and she was pretty, and I was like, yeah, I do look like your cousin. The other lady looks at her phone and she was like, you know, y'all kind of look like my cousin too. And then I literally said, that's because I look like everybody's cousin. I said, everybody got somebody in their family that probably looks like me. It's me, Kiya. I'm your cousin, Kiki, you know. And then they were like, oh, that is true, you know. So we all agreed on the fact that yes, I'm pretty, but why do I have to go out of my way to be so like, you know, abstract in the world? What's wrong with being just like a everyday representation of an archetype of what pretty is? And I know y'all go out y'all mind just because somebody acknowledges that they're pretty and saying, don't say that you're pretty. And newsflash, that only works online too. Y'all would never say that to somebody in real life, and that's not how life works in the real world, actually, for you to think you can police somebody saying that they're beautiful or not. But I'm making a video, so I don't just walk around every day, you know, being like, I'm pretty, I'm pretty, I'm pretty. But you having a problem with me saying it in a video doesn't change the fact that I do walk around every day and people do tell me that. So I'm just, you know, making a video to help. That's just, you know, for the people that always got something to say, but it is what it is. But say that to say there's nothing wrong with the features that you have. There's nothing wrong with playing those up. You don't have to try to be, you know, the hottest and the latest and the greatest all the time. It's just about putting your best foot forward, being the best version of you as a sign of goodwill towards yourself, like I always say. And that is how you start to shake things up. That is how you start to get a different response in life, and that is how you lean into your authenticity and unlock your unfair beauty advantage outside of comparisons, outside of these arbitrary standards. Because who even made them up? Who even brought them up? Who asked for these standards? Okay. So yeah, babes, those are my thoughts on unlocking your unfair beauty advantage. Of course, it's going to make people mad because then society has less control over you. You're not easily manipulated because you know who you are. You lean into that, and that in and of itself has power. So let me know, what do you think about this topic? Are you taking steps to understand what your unique qualifiers to beauty are and then leaning into them? What are some things that can help you on your journey? Or maybe what are some things that have helped you and some tips that you have that you want to share in the comment section down below? We really would like to know. But as always, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please go ahead and give me a like, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, hype it so that this positive message will spread. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.